Good evening, creatures of the night. I am Koda, but if you're feeling a little risky, you can call me DaddyBats. I am your vampire variety VTuber streamer, and tonight we begin our brand new adventure, a Planet Crafter series. We're heading into the void to terraform a barren world and survive the unknown, and maybe even carve out a vampire syndicate among the stars. So, sink your fangs in, grab your favorite midnight snack, and let's get crafting. So, a little bit of the backstory behind this. In Planet Crafter, you are a prisoner who is being sent to a barren planet to completely re-terraform it to serve out your sentence. So, we got a couple options when we first start playing. We have the Prime and the Selena. And the Selena is a little moon. It's a harder difficulty, but I think for this time we're just going to stick to Prime and we're going to do the standard difficulty because I will forget about my oxygen a good bit and die a lot, and I don't feel like completely restarting. So, since we're a prisoner, I think a very suitable name for our save file is... I didn't do it. Alrighty, let's get crafting. So here we are getting shot from the mothership down to the planet.
Imminent impact.
Alright, here we are down on the planet. Ooh, we have a message. Let's see what we got here. Welcome to your assigned planet. Your mission is to advance the terraformation process of this world. You'll need to generate O2, heat, and pressure. First reach 175,000 Ti and create a blue atmosphere. Sentinel Corp. Bastards. Alrighty, so let's begin our sentence here. We have a tier 1 crafting station, just a lot of the very basic essential items. And then you have a chest here. Got a lerma seed and some food and oxygen. We're just going to go ahead and take one of these oxygens because in the beginning you will run out of it very, very fast, so don't get too adventurous without one. So we're just going to grab some of our very, very basic starting items here. We have cobalt, iron, magnesium, and silicon, as well as some ice, but the ice will disappear. Go ahead and get some titanium, some cobalt, iron, some more cobalt, why not, and silicon. Let's see what we can go make with these. Alright, here we are at the crafting station. We can go ahead and make a backpack upgrade, which we will be doing for sure. We need that upgraded inventory. And we need one more magnesium to do an oxygen tank, which will be our next one. And there we go, there's some magnesium. Let's see, we might be able to grab some more iron while we're out too. We'll need it for some other crafting recipes. Maybe some more silicone. You'll run through iron and silicone very, very quickly in this game. Especially in the beginning. Let's get back to the pod before our oxygen's completely gone. Alrighty, go ahead and make that tank. Equip it. And let's see, we would like to go ahead and get our construction microchip built and the deconstruction. Later on, not too long from now, but later on we'll get our torch microchip going. That way we'll have a flashlight for when we start checking out wreckages. So let's go ahead and get some more iron. So I'm just going around right now trying to gather some supplies for our crafting. And you're going to see a couple of these blue chests scattered around the planet. They often contain a variety of resources you could use. And depending on what stage of terraformation you open them, they'll have different levels of loot. Since we're in the very beginning, go ahead and pop that oxygen. Since we're in the beginning, we're just going to get really standard. We might get a couple here, there, rare items, but for the most part, it's just going to be standard materials. We got another chest over here. Let's go check it out. And I see another one over there. We might save that one for now until we get a little further on. But, ooh, a microchip, we need that. Take the food. You know what? We'll go ahead and drink the water just so we're good. And we'll drop cobalt and pick up that aluminum. Aluminum's going to be needed with a lot of the upcoming projects we're going to be using. Alrighty, so go ahead and construct our construction microchip. There we are, and the deconstruction. So, unfortunately, since this is a tier 1, that's about all as we can craft out of it. We'll have to go elsewhere and decide where we're going to build. So I'm going to need to pick up a silicone along the way. Let's just go ahead and start heading towards a pretty popular area, I believe, for where people build in this game. It's usually right up here. It's kind of centralized to the map, and there's going to be this whole area right here, as you can tell a little bit from the lip, is going to be underwater eventually. So a lot of people like to build pretty close to it. So we'll just go ahead and get up this hill here, and we'll go ahead and start plotting down a little temporary base. Alright, so we're up here, and I'm thinking we'll probably plot it right there. We need titanium and silicon. Come on now. Okay. Oh shit. Alrighty, so we got that built. We're gonna try to get our T2 crafting station and then some of our other buildings going. Definitely want to just go ahead and throw up a wind turbine. So how power works in this game is you actually don't have to connect it. You just throw it wherever you want. It kind of works like a Bluetooth system all throughout the planet. So I really like that feature. You don't have to worry about missing wires or having to connect up to it. You just plot it down and you're good to go. Alrighty, so we grabbed a couple of our materials here. Just go ahead and plop this down. I like to put it in the corner by the door. And we have an exoskeleton. We definitely need to do that so we can increase our actual player's inventory. So let's go ahead and grab some materials for that. A lot of iron, gonna be needing it. Some magnesium. And why not silicone? Because you're gonna need silicone a lot. But hey, you know, there's a ton of resources all over this planet. It shouldn't take you too long to find it. Alright, so we got that. We're going to have to remove our chip for a second to add the exoskeleton, and bam. Now we got a lot more attachments we can put on our person. Okay, so let's kind of look what we have here. We have a T1 drill, a veggie tube, and a heater. The heater's going to take the most power, and our wind turbines, they don't generate that great of power. So we're going to have a lot of them here in the beginning until we can unlock some solar panels to actually get some places here. Let's see, titanium. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put down our first drill. Just sure, why not, right there. These are going to be temporary anyways. Once we start getting going further on, we're definitely going to be having some better equipment. So we've got a couple things to do here in our first steps. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can craft a screen, terraformation screen. Go ahead, I like that they'll let you just put it on the wall there, and don't get too picky. Bam, there we go. And a blueprint. Hey, we got enough, we ain't gotta go running. Alright, nice. So our blueprint screen here will allow us to decode these microchips that we find. Very handy. And it'll give us some upgrades that we can start to craft. The T1 mining, I don't particularly go for the mining ones, especially in the very beginning. They're just, I can't really tell a difference. I haven't really come across any ores or materials in the game that I feel takes me too long to mine, so I'm not going to worry about it for right now, but it's a player preference. Looks like we got our first asteroid storm happening. Oh yeah. So the good part about this game is they don't really damage your buildings at all. You can be hurt by them, but these asteroids always drop different materials. Go ahead and we're gonna craft a power screen as well, just to let us know. Yeah, we're gonna have to throw up some more wind turbines for sure. Let's go ahead and throw some of them down here. Sure, why not? And one more, why not? Alright. We're gonna need some iridium for the heater. That is in the cave behind us, and then ice for a veggie tube. But we don't really have any seeds. So we'll have to go find some. Hopefully there'll be some in those blue chests. If not, I do know where a gold chest is, and that will definitely have a very good seed in it. So let's see what we got here. Definitely want to get that pressure up. That T2 oxygen tank will be a lifesaver. And our water's starting to get a little low. We'll just go ahead and make some. Alright, got our water. We'll take it. I'd like to get another oxygen tube real quick before we start heading out. I want to check out this chest down here and start gathering some more of the resources down here. They will not respawn outside of meteor showers. So once you pick it up, it's gone. But since this will be underwater, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and get those first. Let's go ahead and make our oxygen tank. Alright, let's go on this little adventure, shall we? Alright, so we're almost down the hill here. Let's check out what we got in this. Hopefully some goodies. Oh, another microchip. And a super alloy. Woo! Definitely hoard those. And some aluminum. Nice, we're looking good. Looking good. Go ahead and take the food. The seeds, you'll eventually be able to make food growers, which will definitely be nice because you'll actually be able to grow your own food and be able to survive longer, other than having to survive off these little space food rations. And there is a limited supply of them until you can start crafting them, but that's way far on for us. We did pick up a seed, so I'm just gonna go ahead and plop that in for right now. Start getting some oxygen generated. We still need to go ahead and decode this. Nice, that's exactly what I was hoping for. The agility boots make us move a little faster. So, not looking too great on the inventory. I'd love to get that tier 3 backpack upgrade. Or do we have a tier 1 right now? Tier 2 backpack. Alrighty. So let's go ahead. We're going to go back to our little crash pod over here. And then we're going to hit up this golden chest. The golden chest is located right there. You can barely just see the golden glint of it. There are several golden chests scattered throughout this planet. They all have really good loot. Most of it's high tier to mid tier. And let's see, we got some more aluminum. Nice. But yeah, you just see there's blue chests all over the place. I think that's the 4th one I've seen already, and I've only opened maybe 3. I'm gonna try to deconstruct them after I open them. That way I'm not gonna be distracting myself later on. Alright, so we're back in here. You know what, we're gonna put... We're actually gonna drink that water for now. We're gonna put the cobalt in there and the iron, sure, why not? And one more aluminum. Okay, so that should give us enough inventory to go ahead and get this golden chest. You can go ahead and deconstruct them. They will give you a super alloy in aluminum. Alrighty. Ooh, yes. There it is. There's a golden seed. Nice. We also got iridium rod, uranium rod, and 2 super alloys. Very good. Oh, no. I wanted that. Alright. We're going to come back for that. Let's go ahead and open up here. Pop our oxygen tube. And we'll get going down here. Nice, we just unlocked the tier 2 oxygen tank. We need that so much. One thing I really do enjoy about this game is how the planets look. You'll see them on the horizons all the time, especially as it's getting night. Oh, they did a killer job. There's another one over there. Right now, the planet's really dusty, of course, it's barren, but as we get more of our progression through the terraformation, the sky's going to turn a little bit more blue and blue until it's finally actually a blue sky. Then we'll go on to our next step. But for right now, we get dusty and red. So we're just going to go ahead and try to find a piece of iron somewhere so we can craft us a chest to put some of our new goodies in. Here we go. Nice. Alright, let's head on back. Alright, so let's go ahead and plop down a chest here. A lot of people like to put them kind of horizontal. I found that if you actually put them, you put them vertically here, they do much better on space as far as fitting them in here. Alright, so we're actually going to pop the seed out of this one, and we're going to put this golden seed in there. It's got a 600% multiplier. compared to 150. So this is going to do much better for us than our 150 would. And it's going to take a second, but we're going to see our oxygen levels go up much faster, especially as it gets grown. So right now it's only at 30%. Alright, we're going to try to focus on finally getting a heater put in. I need some iridium. And I would like to just go ahead and empty out my inventory to a degree, so we have some space for some iridium. And also there's a bunch of aluminum in this cave as well, I believe. I don't remember if there's any sulfur. We won't need sulfur right now, but it will become very crucial later on. So we're just going to go ahead and gather up a couple materials here that we'll need to build another little survivor shelter. Because with our oxygen levels, we won't be able to make it in there and back before we die. So let's go ahead and gather up some. Let's see, what do we need? We need iron. Hopefully there's some iron laying around here. No silicone. Titanium. Come on now, where's my iron? There it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and plop in our little shelter over here. You know what? This looks like a better spot. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Iron again. Uh-oh. Come on. We can do it. Oh, shit. We're gonna do it this way. There we go. Alright, so we're in the Iridium Cave now. We're gonna go ahead and start getting as much as we can. We have a decent bit of our inventory open. So we're gonna try to get a lot of iridium and then also some aluminum while we're in here. Now, unfortunately, they will not respawn in the cave. So once you find what you can, it's kind of done until later on when you can build a drill to actually extract it for you. Then you can come and get it. But what's on the ground is what's on the ground. So use it wisely in the beginning. But you can also, later on... Oh, nice, tier 2 backpack. Later on, you'll also be able to find shipwrecks that will have, you know, iridium, uranium, super alloy, all that good stuff in them. So you don't have to be too sparingly, but I would definitely be somewhat mindful in the beginning for sure. Get some more oxygen real quick, and we'll make a run back. So we got a couple pieces. We probably could have got some more. I wish we had a jetpack, because then we could get up there. I feel so immobile compared to my other playthrough where I have my speed unlocked and the jetpack. I just feel so slow. So while we're here, we're gonna try to make a little bit of an extension. Nope, there we go. So do it in the back. All right, just so we can start getting some space to put these heaters in. And I need a silicone. Damn, that shouldn't be too hard. There's one. All right, let's go back in and put down our heater. So let's go ahead, bam, plop it in. We'll see how much power we still have. So we have enough to go ahead and throw one more down, but we're gonna need iron and silicone. Let's go ahead. Looks like there's some silicone right there. Perfect. And is that titanium or iron? That's titanium. Come on, iron, where are you? Oh, there's some. You know what, while we're down here, we're actually gonna grab all the iron we see right here. So we are gonna need it. Alrighty. Nice, okay, cool. So, ooh, nice, very nice. We definitely got a good little bit of iron. That's titanium, but oh well. Alright, inventory. So nice, we got a couple more crafting ingredients here. Let's go ahead and go back and see what we can make. I did see we got a tier upgrade, but I don't remember which one it was. Is the backpack? Yeah, I think we're definitely doing the backpack. Nice, yes. I love it. Forgot silicone. I do that so often in this game. I get so scatterbrained. Here we go. Alright, so back in here. Let's go ahead and put down our other heater. There we go. Power. fairly good. And let's see what we're gonna start to unlock here. So our next upgrade is gonna be an indoor ladder. Okay. Tier 2 veggie tube. Now I am very much looking forward to that. Get our oxygen levels better, and a living compartment window. Okay, so I mean, you know, it's not too important right now. I mean, the planet's really dusty and red, so. But later on, when you start getting a luscious planet, yeah, it's definitely a nice little addition to your base. Now, as far as our first steps here, our progress screen is locked until we get to the second unlock after that. So our heaters, we did put them down a little late compared to everything else, but they will catch up. And our water level's getting low. Let's go ahead and get some ice. Go. Got us a water. Oxygen, we're gonna need 2. We're gonna need a silicone, titanium, and another magnesium. Alright, so we just filled up our inventory here. Let's come on back. Get that tier 2. Nice. Alright, that increases to 200 O2 level. I'll just stay out a little longer. And let's see. We can't put another heater down. You know what? We're not gonna do that yet. It's gonna knock our power out. Yep. Alright, so you know what? Yeah, no, we'll go ahead. We'll be able to throw another one down here in a second. So when you run out of power, of course, everything stops and you'll see your terraformation level does not progress any. It won't, of course, until you get the power restored. But later on, once you start to unlock more organic things such as insects and plants and all that, it still will go, but you just won't have your machinery. So I just gathered up some more materials here, and I am gonna expand our little shelter here just a wee bit. There we go. Gives a little bit more space in here. I eventually want to start throwing some more heaters and some more veggie tubes for sure. Let's see how we're looking so far. So solar panels will be unlocking pretty soon. I am looking forward to that because these wind turbines, they are not good at all. They're cheap, but they're just very weak. And let's see, we still got a minute for our veggie tube. We might want to throw another one down. Let's see. Just to help it out, speed it up a little bit. It's not nearly going to be as good as our golden seed, but it'll help. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. It's going up much better now. Oh, wait. No, we need heat for that. My bad. Alright, well, if we do that, we're going to knock it out. You know what? We're going to wait for a second until we unlock the solar panels. Looks like we got a storm going on down here. It's really eerie right now. I eventually want to try to look at one of these wreckages in this video. I might save it for next video, but for right now, I just kind of want to get everything set up, kind of introduce the game a little bit, some of the building aspects. And there's our solar panel. Nice. So, I don't know. I just have a weird habit of throwing them over on this hill. I know it doesn't really affect it any as far as where you put it. You could put them in a cave and they'd still work. But I don't know. I just feel like that hill is a nice little spot for your solar panels. Alrighty, let's go back into base and see what else we're about to unlock. Living compartment, you know, it's cool. Definitely looking forward to the veggie tube. The tier 2 heater will be great. And definitely looking forward to that tier 3 backpack. So we'll go ahead and put down another chest. We'll just go ahead and stockpile some of our supplies in here. And you know what, fuck it, put it all in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back to our first little area where we landed at. There's some supplies I left in the chest down there I'd like to go get. And then I will show y'all a little secret spot. If you played the game for a minute, you may have found it. I only found it after watching a video about it. I didn't even know it was a thing. but there is a hidden little spot over here in this wall that you'd have to have your deconstruction chip equipped to even find it. So we're going to take a look at that. There's an unfortunate end of another prisoner that was sent here, and we shall quickly pay our respects to them and then steal everything they have. In the typical American fashion. Alright, so we just took our chest and everything that was left in here. We don't really ever have to come back in here except for emergency stops for oxygen. So, we did grab the tubes as well, yeah. Cool. So, we're just gonna run down over to this wall over here. I think it's about right at that point. You'll find what looks like a little stone door kind of thing. And you're gonna deconstruct it to get in. Let's see what we have here real quick. Water. Yeah, I'm gonna take the water. We'll leave the rest for now. It irks me, but I have to. Oxygen's very limited at this stage in the game. So, I think that's it right here. You can kind of see it a little bit. It looks like a piece of wood. There it is, yeah. See, it looks like a little piece of wood. Go ahead and deconstruct it. I'm gonna come around here, and sadly, there is our fellow prisoner who did not make it. Let's see what he had to say. You sent me here to die. Yeah, I know the feeling. You knew it was impossible. You didn't care. All you care about is profit and colonization. Well, it sounds like the American dream. Whoever thought this was a good idea should go to hell. Probably. A pardon was never part of the plan. I sure fucking hope it is. And be cursed, Sentinel Corp. Zayden. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. We're gonna do much better than you, though. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and grab what we can out of here. Definitely want the blue chip. Oh, sometimes I just call them blue chips, just for short in this video, because I don't want to say the whole thing. It's tough. We definitely want these pulsar quartz. So for now, we'll just go ahead and drop iron. No. And we'll drop one of these seeds. Get the iridium. Okay, so I'll actually probably come back here. You want to definitely get this guy looted if you find him before this starts to fill in with water. Otherwise, he's going to be underwater, of course. Let's go ahead and run back to our base, put away all of our goodies, and see what we can construct. Oh hell, we got another storm happening. Oh, nope, it's a meteor shower. So if you notice in the meteor shower, it is just random starter materials kind of hidden in it, which they just, there they are. The rocks can be a little bit of a clipping issue though, so do be mindful. Sometimes it's very annoying, especially later on in the game if it's like a pulsar comet or whatever that comes down. And you want the pulsar, but there's giant rocks in the way, and you're just going to have to either try to nudge them or you just have to wait till they despawn and then grab them. Ooh, get in there, get in there, get in there. Woo. Nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and put away our pieces there. I'm going to take out a piece of aluminum, and we're going to make our agility boots. Hell yeah! Fast as fuck, boy. Not really. Alrighty. Go ahead and decode our blue chip. T2 mining. Okay. 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 I mean, reduces the mining time by 10%, 20%. I mean, you can just, I guess you could just zap stuff very quickly, but I don't particularly care. All right, so we're gonna need iron, 2 ice, magnesium, and silicon for tier 2s. I'm gonna check our power real quick. 6.8, nice. Go ahead. Oh, we forgot the iron. Wait, do we have one? Come on, let me see. No iron. Darn it. That's okay, we got one right here. An indoor ladder. Okay, okay. If we decide to build up, it'd be useful. But right now, let's just go ahead and get our veggie tube. Put it back over here. I'm going to take the golden seed out of this one because it'll do much better in this tube. And bam! Oxygen multiplied. We're getting 7.20 ppq per second compared to where we would get maybe 1. Go ahead, put that one in there though. 0.38, that's nothing compared to this, so we'll definitely be doing a lot better with this tier 2. Alrighty, let's see how we're looking. Definitely want that tier 2 heater. Our oxygen should start to catch up. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can maybe make another one. Nice, just unlocked the tier 3 backpack. Let's see what we'll need to upgrade that, because I definitely want it. I am a little bit of a loot goblin. I think we might actually have everything for that. Alright, so we got another tier 2 plant tube there. We're just gonna go ahead and take out that one's 250. That one's 1. So yeah, no, we're gonna take that one out. And there's our tier 2 heater. Nice. Very, very welcome. Silicon and titanium. Let's see what we need for this backpack first again. Titanium and silicon. Okay. Pretty simple. Another storm happening. The sky's not red anymore. It's actually getting a little bit of a greenish hue. As you notice throughout playing, you'll see that the planet will actually start to just very slowly change through your terraformation. It won't just all happen at once, which I really, really like that about this game. Alright, so I'm just going to plop in a tier 2 heater. Right about there. Nice. And then we're also going to craft this backpack upgrade. There we go. Oh, that feels so much better. Look at all that free inventory. Speaking of which, go ahead and drink that water. And I think now is the time that I'll go ahead and look at making that torch. Silicon and 2 magnesium. Alright. While we're out here, I just picked up enough to create another solar panel. Just pop that up right there. Keep our power good and going. Some more iron. Never know. Alright, let's see if we got enough. We need silicon. Alright, so we just made our torch microchip, equipped it, and now, depending on what you're playing on keyboard, it is F, and turn your light on, you just have to turn it back off. Alright, so, let's see, need a better drill. When do we start getting that? We probably need to put some more drills down to get some pressure going. So, let's go ahead and check our power, we're good for a minute. Just plop down a couple more drills. Increase that pressure. Need titanium. Alright, so we just put down another 2 drills. Hopefully that'll help speed it up a little bit here. And let's check our inventory space right now. We're gonna need to drop some of this. That way we can go check out one of the wreckages and start getting some better stuff out of them. Let's just go ahead, deposit the food. Probably need to just make another chest. Put these in there. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and make another chest right now. Nice. Alright. gonna put them in there, take out that and that. Might need the food here in a minute. But okay. We're gonna start making our way up the hill here to this crash over here. I could have went to that one over there. It's not as exciting, but we're gonna definitely head up over here and build this little starter spot so we can get oxygen as needed. Take out this chest real quick, and let's head on up there. Alright, we're heading up the hill here, and there's a chest right here as well, and the tier 3 oxygen. Oh, damn. Need to be back at the base for those. But we could also build a crafter up here in our little spot we're gonna build. So let's make sure we have everything. We're missing titanium. Probably get an iron too. Actually, silicon as well. Hey, there's silicon. And titanium. There it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and plop this down. Show y'all the cave here in a second. Damn, more titanium. Alright, let's go in. Get our oxygen. Need another silicon. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and throw down another crafting station in here so we don't have to run all the way back. And we got the tier 3 oxygen tank. That's not going to be hard, although we will have to find aluminum in the wreckage. And then we also got the screen progress, but we're going to build that back at the base. So, as of this minute, let's kind of see if we can get another oxygen tube made and a water. And then we'll run in there and check it out. Water, food, oxygen. Alright, so before we actually go in there, I want to talk about these caves real quick. As you can see, it's frozen solid. It will it'll be completely melted once it hits the mark. But, as the terraformation happens, this is actually going to slowly start to melt. So there'll be times, especially later on when you have a jetpack, that you'll be able to squeeze through. Even though this is not completely to the unlock point, you'll be able to at least sneak into it. Alrighty, so here we are at our first crash. Go ahead and turn the flashlight on. Make sure you have your deconstruction chip because you will need it. There's metal beams that get in the way, like right here. You won't be able to proceed until you take them out. But definitely keep your eye out. All these ships are going to be dark for a while. There's going to be chests hidden in them, as well as other little goodies. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one. I like to just go ahead and deconstruct my chests. That way I don't try to run back and loot them if I've already got them. But I will say, what we're really looking for are these little ones right here. They're going to have the microchips in them. Definitely, I like to delete those, so I do not come back for them. We're going to do an oxygen real quick. Deconstruct that. We got the good stuff. Okay, good. So we just got into just a little wing of this ship. We're going to have to already come out because our inventory's full. We're going to come back out here to our little survivor shelter. Probably put a chest down so we can store everything and go back in and get another nice haul. Alrighty. Go ahead and put that down. Alright, cool. So we're going to go ahead and decode. We don't have the screen for that. But we do now. I'll go ahead and decode this. Okay, so a compass isn't too bad. It's going to display a bar up at the very top of our screen that'll give us north, south, east, west, all that good stuff. And I mean, if you're looking for coordinates and everything, especially if you're a very map-oriented kind of player, that's going to come in. It's definitely going to come in handy. Alright, another aluminum. Go ahead and destroy that. And these are going to be your best friend later on because you're going to need a tier 2 chip to get it. But once you do, you'll end up getting a circuit board once you deconstruct that, and that is used in a ton of late game crafting recipes. Alright, we also found 2 chests over here. Another blue chip. Nice. And just some random stuff. Okay. Another lerma seed. Lerma seeds aren't really useful on their own, but they're used in a lot of crafting, especially later on. So it might make sense to not pick them up now or just destroy them. Don't. Stockpile them, save them from later. You'll thank me for it. Another one. And since we're kind of low on space here, we're just going to go ahead and just grab the essentials. Pop that last oxygen. Grab the microchip. And let's get out of here. Actually, I'll talk about this for a second. The fusion reactors here, later on in the game you'll be able to make fusion cells, and you'll pop them in there and they'll power the ship. Not to a point where you can turn it on and fly or whatever, but it's going to open up a couple hidden doors that have like this door here might open, and behind it will be a vault that has very good items locked in a safe. You won't have to lock pick it or nothing, you can just open it. But it's definitely worth coming back to these ships. Not all of the ships will have the reactors, so do try to remember where they are to the best of your ability, or write them down if you need to, because once you get to that point, you're definitely going to want to come back. Alright, so we just unlocked a couple things here. Wow, we got the living apartment corner already? That's crazy. I didn't get that till like mid-game last time. And then we also unlocked agility boots, which I would like to go ahead and get those. 2 super alloys. I believe we have those. We have 1. We need another super alloy. I think we have one at the base. Eat the food. And take the fabrics. So you know what? For right now, let's just head back to the base. We'll make our boots, and then we might end up ending the video here for today. I don't want to get too deep into the first episode. That way kind of give myself an idea of which direction I want to take for the next one. Okay, so we are back here at the base. We did have another super alloy, which is wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and make our tier 2 agility boots. Make us even faster. Alright, so we're gonna look at our screens here. We finally got our progress screen. Nice. That is definitely a huge priority. I love that screen. It's so much easier to see a percentage than it is trying to track and do the math. Okay, we're gonna put our progression screen right about here. Nice. So we're almost 9%. As you start going, probably around 40%, you're really gonna start noticing a difference in the sky. Like at 9%, there's not much. We did see that greenish hue earlier during the storm. Wasn't just completely orange and red, but we still have a long ways to go before we get to a blue sky. Anyways, I think that's where I'll end up ending the episode today. Thank you guys for joining the video. If you do want to see more, please like and subscribe. Also, I will be streaming on Twitch every now and then. If you guys want to see a playthrough on Twitch of this series, please let me know down in the comments. You can check me out at DaddyBats at TTV. Anyways, thanks again for joining me, guys.